Okay, another day, another lesson, in this case, another new document. So I beat you to it this time. I went up to the word File New and created a brand new document. I want to talk about a panel that I consider to be probably one of the most important panels in Adobe Illustrator. It's one of those that I almost always, when I'm working, know where it is so I can get to it quickly. It's called the Appearance panel right here. I'm going to bring it out here, and I'm going to pull it down a little bit and give it prominence. Now, come over and pick an object. I seem this lesson or this chapter to be in a star phase, so I'm going to make a star on the screen. You can add a few more points if you want to with the up and down arrow keys, whatever you want to do. I think I will. And I'm going to stop right there before I get into trouble. I do have the fill selected. I'm going to give it a color. Choose any color you want. Notice what's happening over in the Appearance panel. See, the Appearance panel holds everything about that object. That's why I like it. Now, keep watching it as we work. Let's go up to the word Effect, and we'll go into Distorts and do one of my favorites, at least in terms of its name, is Pucker and Bloat. I mean, who thought of that? Turn the preview on. On a star, if we go, say, the pucker route, it creates almost like this science fiction kind of star kind of thing. It's kind of cute. If we go the other way, it creates almost like a flower. Kind of a quick way maybe to do a daisy or something. Let's go the other way for now. Let's go this way. And I like that. Click OK. Let me bring it down just a little. Oh, incidentally, see that? There it is. But we're not done. Go back up to the word Effect again. We've got so many things in here. I mean, you could spend, just hours and hours going through all these different things that we have. Let's do a drop shadow. That's under Stylize. And we'll just use the default right there. And there it is. But we're not done. Let's do one more thing. Go to Effect, and then go to Stylize again, and do a feather. Now, most of these do have previews. And you can see it kind of softens the points. And I like that. Okay, click OK. Now, let's go forward in time. It's a couple of days in the future, a couple of months. It doesn't matter, really. And you look at your object and you say, I don't know, if I had it to do all over again, I would have done some things differently. Or maybe I want to get rid of everything and just go back to the star, whatever you want to do. All the control you have is in the Appearance panel. That's why I love this thing. For example, you say, I kind of like the flower thing, and I did the star thing. So, gee, I wish I could go back to Pucker and Bloat and fix it. Well, you can. It's right here. Go ahead and click. Turn on the preview so we can see it. Now, this is days or weeks later. You go, hey, I like that. It's kind of cool. You click OK. Now, you'll notice here, we can change the fill over here. We know that. But you'll notice here's the fill, the stroke, all the stuff about the stroke. We'll talk more about strokes later. And fill. Okay, so if I click here and click this button right here, I get all the colors that I have over here. But before I click this, if I hold the Shift key down, I get control over the RGB values. So I can do it that way too. Or come down here and choose a color this way. I think I'll leave it at that. But you know what? That feathering I did, that looked good on that star, but it doesn't really work here. I don't want that anymore. So I'm going to go here to Feather and click on it, and then come down here and click the Delete key. And there you go. Absolute total control from the Appearance panel. It brings everything together for you. All the non-destructive editing features are going to be here. Now, even things like doing our effects, if you want to add an effect, you can click right here. And there they are. More than one way to get to something. I had a student one time say, Andy, this is just too confusing. I can get effects from a pull-down menu. I can do this in 6 or 7 different ways. I can get my colors here, I can get them there, and that's just too confusing. Well, most people that say that don't remember when 150 years ago, when all you had is one way to do it. And if you didn't like that way, it was too bad. Why Adobe does this is because they understand that we are individuals, okay? And that we like to do things differently. And sometimes it's easier for me to get to here, and sometimes it's easier for me to get to it from here. They give me options. Now you can add additional fills and strokes, which may not seem all that interesting until you get into things like blending modes. but we've got the ability to control our objects through appearance. All the effects are non-destructive. They are added over here. Don't leave home without the appearance panel.